Hello and welcome to the Red Zone Podcast, episode 14, the nameless episode. This is Alvin.
And I'm JR. And we should
Before we
explain that that's a nameless episode because the news today or this week is kind of random.
yeah,
So
there's
nothing
really
really
no
special.
pattern. Yeah, it's like everything has been devastated.
You mean
All
this
right,
hour?
before this, no, maybe the past hour. Anyway,
Alright.
before we start, we have a giveaway. So we're going to have a top five, and we want your thoughts. And on this video, we'd want our audience to subscribe, of course, and then post on this video any top five ideas that you want us to cover. And if we choose your topic, we're going to give you there the nice copy of the or nice model of the Sky Sovereign, the ship used by the bad guys in Kaladesh. What's the name of the bad guys again? Consular?
They are bad guys.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
If I'm
they,
making noise, by the way, it's
yeah,
huge.
yeah.
And if,
It's really,
and
really
if this looks familiar, it's because this is the one that you see hanging in your stores.
Yeah, for the
So
stores, for the bigger stores, they have because
yeah,
for smaller stores, they have just like the ornithopter, I guess, or the thopter, some kind of thopter. But for the really big stores, you have the Sky Sovereign itself. And so, for our audience that would comment, subscribe, of course, and comment below, and we choose your top five list to cover, then you will get a copy of that.
yeah, and you can't really win this anywhere. So this is like your chance to get them, and no, because no, I mean not you can't win this. You can't really buy it anywhere because they're
Yeah,
not, because the stores are not allowed to sell them. So here's your chance to get one.
yeah, we just got it. So yeah.
Yeah.
So for topics, before we get to the
Oh,
magic
maybe you should
top.
explain the top fives a bit,
Oh yeah, okay,
like an
sure.
example.
So what we're going to be covering this week? Well, what we have this week is two top fives. A top five of cards that we think are good for Hour of Devastation in Hour of Devastation.
No, so
One for
just
commons
basically
and commons.
it's top five hour of devastation commons and top 5 hour of devastation rares.
Rare,
So
yeah.
what we want from everyone is just top fives of what you want to see, like top five apes, top five sphinxes.
No one wants top five sphinxes.
I don't want
Sphinxes are
top five sphinxes. You can actually use
yeah.
that. So anyway, comment what it can be anything related to magic. It can actually even be something that's not related to magic, I guess, right?
We might choose yours.
We
Top
might,
five
but
cheeses.
we most likely
Who
will be
knows?
choosing magic stuff over even board game stuff or you know,
Because primarily,
video game stuff.
yeah, because the channel is primarily for Magic. But speaking of other things besides Magic, we do have some news. Some things that piqued our interest that I hope that our audience would also be interested in. We have a new catan actually, and if for those not familiar, Settlers of Catan is like this really, really famous board game, really, really old, one of those Godfather games that people play. So there's a new one with a decidedly modern or more recent twist, Game of Thrones Catan. So Brotherhood of
Brotherhood
the
of the
Watch.
Watch.
Yes, essentially in Catan you play explorers, well, settlers. Of course, it's called Settlers of Catan,
Oh, not
who
this
come
one.
upon well, not in this one, but you come upon the island of Catan where you build houses, build settlements, trade, mine, farm, etc. In Game of Thrones, Catan, you are a member of the Night's Watch and you are developing the gift. The gift is this part of the land of Westeros in the north that is arable farmland. It's originally supposed to be for the Night's Watch. The Night's Watch is supposed to um, farm there, and that's how they sustain their army. But in recent times, in the stories, they just send the rapists and the prisoners and whatnot up north, and that's how they replenish their um, numbers. But in ancient time, the gift was this place where the Night's Watch would actually have land, because that's the reason why it was called the gift. It was given to them by one of the kings, one of the dragon kings before. And so now in Game of Thrones Catan, you are a member of the Night's Watch trying to essentially make the gift better, and you're fighting giants and wildlings and whatnot,
So
and you're trying to
it's
build
still
resources
close.
for the watch.
So it's still close to Catan, to the original Catan, I guess.
Of course, it's still the same.
Is it just
Yeah,
a
it's still
reskin? No, I don't think so. Because I see
no.
new
It's
pieces.
yes, there are new pieces. There's a new map. Instead of like the hexagonal map before, it's a bit different because it is the gift. The gift isn't an island, so it has some of the mechanics, such as I think the robber. In Old Catan, there's the robber that
Mm.
prevents a hex from giving you resources when you roll that.
Mm.
So here it's going to be, I think, the wildlings. The wildlings are traveling around, preventing you from
Okay, but
harvesting whatever it is that you're harvesting.
yeah, but I do still see the hexes here. So I'm guessing that it's square maps, but you put the hexes on them to
Yeah,
give it
it's
that
like
Catan feel.
yeah. We might. It actually looks pretty interesting. We might do a full blown review of this at a later time, but for now, we just want to let everybody know that hey, this thing coming up, and it looks pretty interesting. Maybe when it comes out, we'll do a full review.
Are you gonna get one? Are you planning to get one?
Maybe,
Because I
maybe if I have Game of Thrones bug again, because we've solved Catan, right?
yeah. I mean, it might be different though.
That's true. True. That the biggest thing in Catan is it's very solve it. It's relatively easy to win, but this might include new wrinkles that prevent it from being that solvable.
Yeah, and by
But yeah, so
solvable we
Game of Thrones Catan.
yeah, and by solvable we mean that the old one, there's a particular play pattern in the old one that that prevents you from ever losing, I guess. Or there's just an ideal play pattern that everyone already knows. So it's not balanced and stuff like that. So maybe this one makes it a bit more balanced, or maybe it's just, just kind of reskinny and just for fun, but we won't know until it comes out. But hey, that's something to look forward to.
Yep, we're going to get more on that once it comes out. So that would be Game of Thrones Catan Brotherhood of the Watch. The next thing is actually a Kickstarter promotion that I saw, and because I run tabletop role playing games, and I can't count the number of times I have gone through like scratch paper or graphing paper back in the day, or even more recently, making maps on like some sort of app. This thing is amazing just from the sound of it. Essentially, it is cut up puzzle pieces that are made of dry erase board with the
Of what?
pictures, a dry erase board. So it's you can write on it with erasable markers,
Oh, that's why it's
but there's
dry
already
erase.
yeah, dry erase.
Okay,
Yes, that's
because
why it's called dry because it's not wet erase. Yeah, and there's pictures on it already, like the terrain, and they interlock together using a very simple puzzle.
jigsaw like thing.
Yeah, exactly, a very simple jigsaw-like thing, and you can actually make maps of this, and that in itself is amazing because most of the tediousness of game mastering is in making the maps, and this actually allows you to do that almost without any effort. There are some higher
Oh,
end
it
versions of
comes
this
and it comes with an
where
app as
you
well.
have there is an app. Yes, they're bringing out the app so that you can plan it out first, then you can
Oh,
build
then
it
build
out
it. Okay, I get
using
it.
the actual pieces. Yeah, yeah. You still need the actual pieces. And
Yeah.
so this one is actually today is the last last day for Kickstarter, and so it is ending.
Well, it's 52 hours to go.
Yeah, well, in a couple of days.
Yep.
So it is a pretty cool thing because if you're trying to build something, having to not think about the map is so useful, and being able to just say, okay, here, guys, look, this is the map. It also allows you to do something called fog of war, where if you're exploring, you don't show the entire map. You just show them the piece that they can actually see.
Yeah,
And so,
that was actually something that I was gonna say. That what makes this cool is you can lay down the pieces piece by piece as the explorers or
yeah,
the characters go into the dungeon, and that makes it really
exactly.
cool because seeing the whole map is kind of
Yeah, boring. So, okay,
yeah,
I know where it is already. Oh, that's where the dragon is. Let's go there, or let's avoid that. But
yeah.
this allows you to like have interesting things appear on every turn, and so it's actually pretty cheap. Um, it's, I think, around 31 euros, I think, for just
Why
basic
is
guide.
this site showing euros?
Oh, because the manufacturer is in Germany. I read through that, and it's manufactured in Germany, so you know it's good quality because, hey, Germans, great manufacturers, right?
It's
And
paper though. It I assume it's
yeah,
the same.
yeah. Well, in any case, it is made in Germany, and so that's the reason why they have the amounts in euros,
So 30 euros is the basic box.
which does come with like over 300 pieces.
Yeah, and the most expensive one is almost 300.
Yeah,
But that's a lot. That's 2 mega boxes. Essentially, you get what you pay for, like, ramp wise. Like, you spend more, you get more.
yeah.
And here on the
Because
site, you have the overview of how many.
looking at, yeah, but just looking at it. Mhm.
Looking at what?
Yep. No, sorry, you sort of cut out there. What?
Looking at what?
No, looking at the example itself, um, you can make so many different types of dungeons just using the basic layout. And so once you have that, even just getting the basic box allows you to make a lot of different encounters. And so that in itself is really, really worth it already.
I would say you would need at least two basics, which coincidentally is actually the complete one.
Yeah,
So
complete
I
is two
assume
basics.
you at least need to get the complete one to make it not as, to make it not stressful that you're losing, that you need one more T junction and you only have one.
That's
Cause,
true.
cause
That's true.
yeah, cause if you look at the basic, for the weird shaped ones, it only has one copy of each, and
Mhm.
I just don't think that's gonna be enough.
I'm sure you'll be able to play for make a few dungeons that you wouldn't need it. But yeah, I see where you're coming from. That eventually you're gonna run into an instance where um, you'd want something like this. Because
Oh,
just to
and
share,
not just because eventually, but I'm thinking you don't want to be limited to the maps you can make because only have because you have limited pieces. So might as well get the big one.
yes,
And you're gonna
yeah,
be paying
exactly.
for shipping anyway. So right.
Yeah, that's one of the things that
Just
they
let
put
me.
in
Oh, the shipping is factored in.
I believe so. Yeah,
Huh. Oh yeah, it does.
I know. That's why I said, huh, looks pretty. Internet ships
Oh, but
internationally.
the complete one though is just 50 euros,
Yeah,
and
50.
that's double the basic one. So I still think that's the best buy. Well, of course, the best buy would be the bigger ones, like the uh. Well, there's a 58 one, which is two basic ones. So I guess the difference there is you get two boxes,
Yeah,
but
more boxes for that.
the elements are the same. So
Yeah, and also the extra ones. What they have, they even have st- stickers. They're friction stickers, so they adhere using static electricity, and so it comes off of a sheet, and then you just put it on there. Kind of like what you see there: the sheep, the trees. You can take it off of the like the sticker sheet, and then you put it on there, and creating different types of different types of terrain, and then if you want to, you can still draw. So there,
Yeah.
that's the example. Yep.
So
Yeah, that's
it
pretty
sticks,
cool.
and then you can just
Yeah, just
remove
peel
it.
it off. Yeah, it's static.
Huh.
I
Interesting.
know. It is. It's amazing, and
I think we
it's
should. I think we should probably get one, at least one.
maybe, yeah, but you have to back it. So maybe we'll discuss this offline and we'll look into it. It's pretty cool. Because we are planning to do more things like this, like role playing, tabletop, and I'm sure our audience would appreciate seeing the miniatures and seeing the map unfold in front of them.
Yeah, and this is more than already funded anyway.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
backing
exactly.
it's not gonna be. I guess the only problem is that when does it say it will ship? It doesn't yet.
October.
Yeah, I guess that's the only problem. We're gonna be waiting a while, or well, actually, that's just a couple of months. It's not bad.
Yeah, it isn't.
Yeah,
It's
if you're playing D&D, we highly suggest you get this. I mean, you could easily say that you could print a couple of things and have them laminated, and it's gonna be the
mhm.
same thing, and that's true. But
But you
you
have to do
know,
it yourself.
yeah,
That's the thing. You have to do it yourself. So
you could spend the time doing that, playing more games. So
true.
there you go.
Yep. So that's what you have. Um, the Saga World Builder. It's modular tiles. Pretty cool. Um, so now going back to Magic, we Hour of Devastation, the pre-release just happened, and I hope everyone was able to enjoy their pre-release experience. We did an unboxing recently
Hmm.
for that. Check out that video.
Yeah,
Maybe it's in our links. We'll put in the link, or
or
you
maybe
should
just
just be
go to
able.
the homepage of the channel and
Yeah, yeah,
look
yeah.
for
You'll
it
see it
while you
there.
subscribe.
Yep. So we want some context for that, and so for the past couple of episodes, we've been talking about the story, and the story because the story is pretty cool because there's been a ramp, and so what if you haven't been with us, gods are dying left and right, planeswalkers are killing demons, and now we have the twist, the what happened, why had this why has this gotten this bad? And we discover who the betrayer was. And so, after three of the five gods have died, we discover that Bontu, Crocodile Face herself, was the oh sorry spoilers. But we discovered Bontu is the one that betrayed them.
Mm-hmm.
When Nicol Bolas first came to Amonkhet and defeated the gods, Bontu, in order to be elevated above her siblings, worked with Nicol Bolas to create that false memory that they have of the god emperor of the god pharaoh and
Oh, she helped with
create
that.
the trials. Yep, she
Mm.
said she's the one that helped him and maintained it while he was gone. And so Bontu knew the entire time what she was doing. And so whereas the others were sort of compelled or brainwashed in a sense. And then Bontu's like, okay, hey, Nicol Bolas, I am here. Um, I'm here to rise as your servant. And then Nicol Bolas says, okay, kill your sister. And they fought, and Bontu was winning. And then for some reason, Nicol Bolas said, okay, goodbye, Bontu, bang. And that's actually the card from Bontu's Last Reckoning. If you look at the card, Bontu's rising up from like this sea of bodies. That's because Nicol Bolas was already blasted her, and she was being overwhelmed by her zombies, by her own zombies, and she sort of threw them off in order to dispel some sort of necromantic curse that she placed on Hazaret, and that allowed Hazaret to sort of rise up and fight back in a way.
Sorry about that. Okay.
That's fine. So So Bontu's dead, Hazard's left, but she is banged up. And now the three gods are still there, and Nicol Bolas is floating in the sky, which is not really the best place you want to end your heroes, but that's what they have to deal with.
Here's Bontu's last reckoning, by the way.
And
So
see,
yeah.
those are like, oh, so anyway, she was being overwhelmed, and then she's like roar, roar, and then threw them off, and then removed the spell on Hazoret. Eh, better late than
Why is
never.
there a picture of Chaos Mo in the story thing?
Oh, that was the blast that he was using. I think that's one of the blasts. I
No,
don't.
a Mo is like a creature,
It
right?
doesn't. Some of the pictures don't necessarily make sense.
Oh, they're
I
just
think
there because
Chaosma is one
they.
of the things that Hazoret summoned.
Yeah, okay.
I believe that's one of the things. I actually don't. I enjoy the art of Nicol Bolas. It just doesn't make much sense
Oh,
because
which one?
Nicol
The
Bolas has
Planeswalker?
armor on his hands, but he's supposed to be on like on all fours, right?
No, I think it's because he has to appeal to the people of Amonkhet. So he's wearing
I
like
don't
um
Amonkhet type things.
yeah, like maybe it's ceremonious armory thingies, like something like that.
Yeah, well, I don't think he'd care, but still, it
No, I
looks
mean, because he
cool.
has to be like a god of some sort, right? So I mean,
Mm. I guess it makes sense because the thing that the reason why I was saying it's a little bit strange is because only his front is covered, but his back is I don't see any armor protecting it. So, except for his shoulders, I guess. So
I
everything
guess because
else,
it's hard to put armor in the back when you have wings.
well, that's true. In World of Warcraft,
And I think the
the,
armor is suspended by the leather scarf looking thing.
yeah, it looks like it has lots of scarves,
Well,
or like
just
a
one.
Spider-Man. What, like a Spider-Man? You know what? Kind of looks like that thing that the priest has on their shoulders.
Yeah,
Like
it might be
I don't know what it's
so some sort
called.
of callback to that.
Yeah, it's like make him appear as a priest, I guess. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
But it was pretty cool. Yeah. Then you see him devastation. How? By the way, before we move further, what is your thoughts on the feedback I've been hearing that all of the art from Art of Devastation is just Amon kept getting destroyed. That it's just the same art over and over again.
Oh, what do you mean feedback? It is the same art getting destroyed. So
Okay, because it's like some people say, okay,
I mean,
isn't
they still had to pay the artist what they would pay the artist if it weren't
I
if
guess
it were different. So I don't think it's like they wanted to save money or anything. It's just that they wanted to emphasize that things were getting destroyed.
that's true. That's true. Yeah,
And
it's just
that
fun.
was very particular with the lands because you literally see the lands just getting destroyed. But you know, it's what happened. So why would you
That's true.
why would you change it?
That's true. So anyway, so we have favor, and we're looking on to the next part. See will the how will the people of Amonkhet survive this hour of devastation? How will they survive? Because there's so many questions. How will they survive this destruction?
When does the
Will
story
their gods
normally
survive?
conclude? By the way, like do they
It
do
should
it
conclude
towards
in a
the
few more.
yeah? Do they do it like towards pro
Usually,
tour time or
yeah, usually towards the Pro Tour. Yeah,
so in a month maybe?
yeah, around
Yeah, and one
around.
thing I was also curious about is like this. There's this like this particular part of the story. You would see an author doing it,
Mm-hmm.
like this guy. So is it like, do they each write like parts of the story, or is like is one guy in charge of the Hour of Devastation story?
Well, as I understand it, there is a main person that oversees the stories, and then there's like an editor, and then each individual story has their own author, which is
So you mean like each
then
individual weekly story?
yeah,
Hmm.
has their author, and
Interesting.
then they have that.
But I guess
Then
they have like some sort of guideline that they
yeah,
follow, like
exactly.
what's
That's
gonna
what the other
happen.
yeah, that's what the editor is there to make sure that that everything is aligned with the vision. Kind of like what Kevin Feige does for Marvel, for the Marvel
Yeah.
universe. Just like one guy that says, "Okay, does this make sense for our universe or not?"
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, this makes sense. I was just
Yep.
curious. Anyway,
Yeah. So that's favor. So as I said, there's just many questions. What does Nicol Bolas want to do with his army of Eternals? What he has an entire army of extremely well trained, powerful zombies. What is he going to do with them?
yeah,
What
and we're still betting
going
that
to
it's Ugin,
um
right?
yeah, it looks like Ugin is the one that's going to be the target of this.
And we can't wait for a new Ugin Planeswalker card. So yeah.
Yeah. So the next topic that we can cover actually is more of the from the design point of view. Um, so Future League is something that our audience might have heard before. It's a essentially the playtest team, the ones that playtested the
No,
um,
Future League is essentially a group of people playtesting cards that will be printed
yeah,
in the future to adjust them and stuff.
exactly.
So yeah.
Yeah. So Melissa De Tora, one of the members of the play design team, talked about how Hour of Devastation was made with the express purpose of, well, short and long of it, made for the express purpose of hate. It's supposed to destroy things, and so there's a lot of different things that they were able to put um, into Hour of Devastation to specifically target things that they don't like in the environment, such as maybe um, artifacts or creatures.
Wait, did they do that because they wanted to address those issues, or did it first start with it's Hour of Devastation, so it's supposed to be hate, and then it just so happened that hey, we could address issues. Did they
Well,
mention
it's
that?
kind of like they mentioned in the article that they were trying to make something balanced, and so one of the ways that they would balance it is by creating um, themes to show up that they want to show up, but at the same time address certain weaknesses of standard. So, they created a braid as listed there. They created a braid in order to address vehicles and fast creatures.
Yeah, so I guess it was coincidental that it's the Hour of Devastation and all the hate is coming in, and they
That's
just needed hate.
true.
But yeah,
Um, they talked about how they looked at the card stuff out of devastation and how they were changing the amount of damage it dealt, and also how it was a last minute decision to put in the fact
the
that it would
Planeswalker
not,
thing.
yeah, the planeswalker thing. They were saying they were playing it, they were using it particularly to fight like selfish spirit, the blue white spell
Mm-hmm.
creature decks before with spirits and archangel avacyn, and so that's why it would lose indestructible, and then
Yeah.
and 5 damage would really kill avacyn. So and they made sure that it didn't affect them, so they made it not affect Nicol Bolas as a planeswalker. So they'd still play Grixis, and then they'd be able to meet that. Then you have the defeat cards, which we talked about last week in our cycle when we were talking about the different cycles. But here they said how it would address certain things that each deck would do. So really
Have you
self.
seen how the website does this?
I'm
Ui.
sorry.
Have you seen how the website does this with the defeats? It does this.
Oh, Okay, I didn't know that.
I just
All
found
right.
that earlier. Anyway,
Okay.
it's cool. It's something that
Yeah.
it's a bonus.
Oh, yeah, okay, sure. But yeah, the essentially it's self-hate, which is interesting because normally hate would come in the color opposite of it, right? But here it's essentially the color itself killing itself. So
Yeah.
normally you'd have a black card targeting green or green or white. But here you have a black targeting a black. And so it's essentially a new type of way of making your sideboard. So I think they're making this so that I think they made this not only because of the hate that it would do, but also for mirror matches.
Mm-hmm.
Because because of the prevalence of net decking, there's going to be more and more often there will be mirror matches, and so being afforded a avenue to address mirror match uh, to address mirror matches, that's where this hate cards, self color hate cards coming from. Where have you seen a green card destroy a forest? Right? That almost doesn't make sense, but they made one.
Yeah, I think they just printed this card cycle so they don't have to ban Gideon. But okay,
Nah. Um.
I strongly
Well,
believe that they did that so they don't have to ban Gideon and get a lot of people pissed at them. But okay,
honestly, that's not even my favorite one. My
no, it's
favorite.
not.
I
It's not. It's like a favorite one, but it's like it feels like that's what they did.
Oh, I see. I see what you mean. Okay, well, that's the thing. You have your different hate cards, and so it's really about how they introduce this in order to address what is happening right now in standard. What's happening in standard right now is a lot of these powerful creature decks, lots of big creatures, invulnerable creatures, and so they created hate. Oh, they created cards to address that. At the
Mm-hmm.
same time, they know that a lot of people will be making similar decks. The There's like last Pro Tour, where over 20% of them were
Yeah, but
Marvel decks.
that's
But
normal though. I mean, that happens every pro tour. So
exactly. So in order to make sure that mirror matches aren't just based on which color had the best way to address their own mirror match, because normally blue decks have, well, in my opinion, I think blue decks would have an advantage because of the nature of counters. So blue decks in mirror matches are better equipped at handling
no,
other blue
if they're
decks.
mirror matches, then they're also blue decks. So
Exactly. But if you're like a white deck and you fight another white deck, you're just racing whoever gets the better card. And so by introducing these same color hate cards, they're able to say, okay, they're able to add that extra level of skill. So if you can sideboard better, if you make a better sideboard against your mirror match, even if you're not blue, you'd be able to um, come out with the victory. Does that make sense?
yeah, but I still think they just printed this so that they don't have to ban Gideon. But yeah,
Yeah, for
whatever.
yeah. Why
I
do they
mean,
love
it's
Gideon so much?
no, just
What Gideon is? Well, okay. I haven't been around that long because I was around when Gideon first came out.
mhm.
It, he's a guy that can't die. Is that the story? He's a guy that can't die. Is
I don't
that
know. I don't care about Gideon, but yeah, maybe.
okay? Anyway, so he's a guy that can't die. Okay.
Can Egan get exiled though?
So well, that just brings him out of the plane, isn't that? That's like if something is exiled, they're just like
Yeah,
pushed off
yeah,
the
but that's why
plane of
the
existence.
card exiles Gideon and not destroys it. You know.
What doesn't he say there? Like, yeah, you think yourself untouchable, you're not untouchable. I'm like, but for Jace defeat, I remember the story that Jace is mind wiped or something. That's what happened to him. I think for
Yeah,
Jace's defeat.
because he ends up in Ixalan as a pirate, right? So I'm guessing probably.
He ends up as a pirate.
Yeah, he
they
does.
wipe his memory. He becomes a pirate.
The art looks like he's a pirate. And remember
I
how the
didn't see.
card looks like there's a new super type, so it's like something Planeswalker Jace. So I'm thinking that
Hmm.
that's
Oh,
something,
legendary.
no, something Planeswalker
Oh, not.
Jace. It
Oh,
well,
okay.
because Planeswalkers are already legendary by default. It's something Planeswalker Jace, and I'm thinking that something is that it it's kind of like he hasn't sparked
Oh,
yet or something, because
pirate.
it could be, I don't know. No, I'm thinking it's something that, like, because he gotten mind wiped, so maybe he's not that powerful yet or
His
something.
spark is suppressed.
Yeah, like suppressed Planeswalker
Like his
Jace. I
spike
don't
was
know,
suppressed.
something
His
like that. I'm,
spark
I'm
was
thinking it's
suppressed
something like
some
that.
way.
Yeah. And maybe it's different where you could play that kind of Planeswalker with another Jace
Mm,
Planeswalker. I don't know. We have no
interesting.
idea.
Maybe
We're
maybe.
guessing at this moment. But yeah, but we can confirm that there is a new super type for Planeswalker, because that's really visible in the cards. Well, as long as those leaks aren't fake. And we could barely read it, by the way, so we can't really tell you what the thing says. But it's a super type, definitely.
Yeah, that's true. I have bad eyesight. I couldn't see it. I couldn't read. I
No, it's
couldn't see
not.
the
It's
super
not
type. I thought
because
it
of
just said
eyesight. Like
legendary
you
or
can
something.
zoom it in, but it's not, like, even if you zoom it in, it's not readable. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. It's still hard to understand. It's still hard to see. Okay, so yeah, and then we have one more piece of news is they released information about the San Diego Comic Con um, giveaway or
Oh no, it's not a giveaway. You
no,
actually have
it's
to
not
buy
a
it.
giveaway. It's a, yeah, it's so you can buy it after you can buy it at the toy shop at Comic Con. So essentially, it is the Gatewatch and Nicole Bolas. See, Nicole Bolas making fan art. That in itself is what annoys me.
What? Bolas is what?
It's Nicole Bolas making fan art.
Making fan art?
Bolas, look at that. Nicole Bolas is making fan art. He drew. Yeah, he's the one drawing these. You see the are all drawn in bas relief.
Oh, is he?
So kind of like those pictures or hieroglyphics, kind of like that. And then you see Nicole Bolas the one drawing,
Oh,
coloring,
is that the point of it?
with his pretty little pastel colors. Yeah, that's what. Look at it. Look at it. Look, Nickel Ball. Zoom in on Nickel Balls, please.
Yeah, I can.
See what he is doing.
Yeah, I can see
He is
that. But
drawing on the wall.
no, I was thinking maybe he's destroying it.
No, he's making it. Look, it's like bright colors. Bright blue, red, and
No,
black
it's all
colors.
yellow. The one that's
That's
coming out of the
look.
thing.
He's drawing.
G- but no, it looks like he's,
Look at how it links to the beginning of the trials.
yeah, but he's not drawing Gideon. He's doing something to something else.
I think he's drawing himself. Like, oh, all of you get watch here, then big nickel bolas.
No, because I'm thinking this might be like some sort of a seal or something, like he's doing in, you know.
Still, it's
I mean, it
apparent.
doesn't make the cards any
I
better.
enjoy the fact that Nicole Bolas made gave Liliana cleavage.
I
Because
still don't think
sorry,
he drew it. I mean,
he
he's
drew
obviously
and then
he's drawing something else, and those were there. It is what it looks like to me.
uh,
Because you could see what
uh,
he's drawing. He's drawing something that's to the right of Gideon, like those lines that are
yeah,
monocolored. Well, not monocolored. They're
I
like
guess.
chromatic, but
I guess.
yeah. And you
Still,
have to understand that the Nicole Bolas card is a bonus card in this set.
oh yeah, well that's true.
Like you
So
normally
normally
just
is
have
it
the five
five?
ones, yeah. And
No,
this,
oh, okay. So normally it's five.
yeah.
Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, because normally I think it would be less. It would be
That's a huge
uh,
box, though.
which one?
The box. Look at it. Oh, cause
Ah,
it
yeah,
comes
the
with
box.
this. I think cause it comes with this poster. Does it?
I
Yeah. Screen print of Nicole Bolas, produced in Mondo. What's Mondo? Produced in
Mondo is
collaboration with Mondo.
yeah.
But yeah, there's
Uh,
a 24 by 36 print of Bolas, which is huge. It kind of
mhm.
reminds me of the old Bolas, kinda. Oh, yeah, and look, he has armor at the back.
I don't see that armor. What armor? It's all in front, dude.
No, this one is
That
the back of the
the
neck.
shoulder, the
Up to
shoulder.
the back of
That's
the
the
neck.
shoulder.
Yeah, but up to the back of the neck. Like you can see this scale fin thing.
Yeah, that I think that's like the shoulder. I'm saying that's his shoulder.
No, I get that it's the shoulder, but it goes up to the back.
I guess, but still, it's still just like that portion of the neck,
Yeah, well, his
and
whole
not his.
armor doesn't really
I
make
don't know.
sense
For some
anyway.
reason, I keep on thinking like
Because he has spikes on his back, I
between
guess.
the wings. Yeah, I guess because he's not really gonna be facing these.
No, and because he has
Not
spikes on the back,
normally. Yeah, that's true.
so you couldn't really,
Still, so yeah, that's but it's like $180. That's not a small amount.
No, that's normally what it's worth every year.
That's really expensive.
180
It's $180.
for 6 foil planeswalkers?
Yes, $180.
No, that's not expensive.
Yes,
Because
yes,
a regular Chandra would be
and the box
no, because like a regular Torch of Defiance would be how much? A regular foil would be like 50.
$20.
No, a regular foil.
50? Really? It's still 50?
A foil? Yeah, maybe ish, maybe 40.
Yeah, isn't it?
20 for a non-foil.
I think 20. I think it went down to like 25.
So 20 for if it's 25 for a foil,
Hmm.
it's gonna be like
And
10 for.
GT level trials isn't really that much. Well, I guess
No,
the
we're talking about
non-full. Yeah,
Chandra first. If I think the foil Chandra is like worth
I guess. Yeah. So,
if
yeah,
that's
maybe
worth
it's a foil.
40 and 50,
Chandra.
is
Okay.
that yeah? If it's 40 or 50ish, then this one would be worth like 60. So that's not bad. And what the Nicole Bolas would be another 40 or 50.
Mm-hmm.
So that's already like 130. These things
I
are
guess.
cheap for what they are. Like if you hold on to them and sell them after a year, you could double your money. That's like normal for the Comic Con ones, especially with the poster. You could probably easily sell the
Let's
poster
see.
for like 20 to 40, or maybe 20.
$40 for Chandra.
Yeah, so there you go. So and that's just like
Is it the
two cards.
last full?
Is it
Oh,
what?
mm.
Is it what? Or just really
No,
bad?
I mean, I thought it was the last hope. Yeah, just it's Death's Majesty. It's not the Liliana Last Hope.
No, because they essentially put the latest ones of each card.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, even Nisa is there.
And
So.
then Nissa, they could have. Yeah, because the other one's gonna
It's
rotate, so can't really do that.
mhm.
Well, even Jace is right.
Yeah. Well, I guess to wait for that. Yeah.
But anyway, if you're in Comic Con, and you have money
Jace. Yeah.
to
Jace
invest
2 is
in this, I still suggest you get it. I mean, worst case, you could use Nicole Bolas and Chandra and
But I think you have.
Gideon. What?
But don't you have to like line up for the set? Oh no, you can buy it from the store. Okay.
You can buy it from the store, but you have
Yeah.
to. There's
I was
normally a
thinking
line, and
that
they run
you'd
run
have
out
to
like
be at
on day
FB.
one.
Yeah, so you still have to line up.
Yeah, you still have to line up, but you earn like $180 after sometime. People normally line up and buy like 10 copies or something like that and sell them online. Is what people do, and earn money right away. Well, we don't suggest you do that because we want everyone else to get some money. But yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I
You
just
don't want to
realized
keep
one
it from other
thing.
people.
The cards, like they're all
Mhm.
lined up, like they're in a row.
Yes, they are all connected. It's a single long. I want to see what that entire art looks like. Well,
I, I
just
I'm
one long line
I'm thinking they did
instead of
this.
the one with the bricks.
Yeah, I'm thinking they did this so that they could make a card of Nicole Bolas that's the same size as everyone else. Because otherwise, they could do this and that would be
Mhm.
just the foot of Bolas, right?
That's true. It's just shoulder.
Yeah.
That's why they made it done like that.
No, I mean like they.
Oh
That's
yeah,
why they made the hieroglyphic things, drawings of the
but
planeswalker.
honestly, I think if they made the inventions like that design, that seems pretty
Oh, if they made the invocation,
good
the
looking.
inventions that was from
If it looked like
Kaladesh, so
this,
it wouldn't make sense.
I mean invocations, not
Okay.
inventions.
Uh, I guess it's too normal for
Yeah,
masterpieces.
I'm not saying this exact style, but I'm saying along those lines because this one looks Egyptian and still legible. So making just a instead of changing the borders, making this one, it might look better.
Yeah, I guess. It could have been possible. Yeah, but I'm still thinking it looks too normal to be a masterpiece. The art is okay. The art would work as masterpieces, except the art and the invocations aren't
Yeah,
bad to start with. It's just that the border is bad. So I just
yeah, it's true.
I think
It's not.
and I think
Yeah, I
I'm
get
not
what you
sure
mean.
the if you look at the colors of the borders of these cards, I'm not sure if it's
Hmm.
really rainbow or they it's because they're foil. That's why it's showing up like this.
It's
So
possible.
it's the colors are weird
It
though.
does
Like
give. Maybe it's a photograph, and that's why there's like a strange sheen on it.
and no, they do that just to emphasize how the foils look. Traditionally, Comic Con planeswalkers are like it's a different kind of foiling process. So I'm thinking this might be
Mhm.
like if you look at
Uh,
the Jace card, it might be a blue card, then it shines um like a rainbow type
in a
thing. So
different way.
yeah, it might be different. So that they might just be emphasizing that. Um yeah, because if I you can't really zoom into the card, but the picture with the box kind of looks like it's like that.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah, it is it look. I think the bottom line is it looks good, and if you're there and you have the cash to spend on that, I think it would be. We think it's going to be an okay investment.
hmm
For me, it's the. I don't think the line is worth it, but hey, maybe you're okay with sitting down and waiting for the to line up and
well, I guess it
well these
depends
I
on how long the line is, right? If it's gonna take
that's
you
true.
half a day, then maybe not. If it's gonna take you the whole day, then definitely no. But
Hmm.
if it's like a couple of hours and you love Magic, then and you're
Yeah,
getting it for
why?
yourself, then why not?
Yeah, exactly,
But
and
if you're
it's and
from another state and went to San Diego for Comic Con and have to line up and waste half of your day just to earn like $100, then don't do it. But
it's true. And and in the past, it's always been a very positive thing. These things are always good.
yeah,
Yeah, and looks good too. Last year was the zombies. Was last year the zombies?
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. A bit dark, but still pretty cool.
Yeah, I wish they did the Liliana zombie, but still. I
Liliana
mean,
wasn't the
it makes
zombie.
sense that she wasn't because she controlled the zombies, but you still would want to see a
Yeah,
zombie
yeah, yeah.
Liliana.
Well, that's whatever your taste, my friend.
Just to make it different, because you see Liliana cards everywhere
Yeah,
anyway.
they all she's sort of zombie-ish. She's very pale and all that.
hmm
I remember before she was like
Oh,
tanned and
when
slowly
she's like
became.
chain bailing, that's different.
Yeah. Okay, so with that we have we're we covered the some of the topics that we wanted to get into today. We still have that upcoming on the channel. We have that top five, and just a reminder, we still have that giveaway for everybody. Comment um, comment below on this video for your top five, and if we choose you, you will get that Sky Sovereign will get you that space out.
Could they put more than one?
Well, we're just gonna choose one.
Yeah, but
so,
can they put more than one if they have more than one idea?
Of course, yeah. But the thing is, we're gonna choose one.
Yeah, I mean,
more,
but more it's like more chances of winning.
Yeah, exactly. Well, more chances of winning. Yes,
Or maybe you want to save them for future giveaways. Who knows? We'll want your input every week on top fives.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us today at the Red Zone podcast. This is Elvin.
And I'm JR.
Have a good day.